They go play action here on first down. Buying time to his left. And now he'll tuck it and run. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Here we go. Set. 60 or.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. What's good on the extra point? And it's now 21-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Watson. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And the Texans first down.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. And that's going to be intercepted. Malcolm Jenkins, the Pro Bowler. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Here's Hill now after the interception. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Ready? 90, Wolf. Ready, go.
Running with Kamara. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
But that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
Check 55, Mike. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it.
Hey, lock it. Look at me. Zipper. Get it.
3rd and 2. Hill. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get into field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. The final shot before the break. Watson, he's letting it. It's caught inside the 25. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. And we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second.
It's caught inside the 25. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 68 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. From the gun, here's Hill. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taysom Hill with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
Oh,
the ball is out. Watson lost it. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. They will run with Grant. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They go back to Grant, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
Flushed out right. It's caught inside the 25. He got 29 yards that time. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. On first down, it's Watson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Brandon Cooks. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Texans cut into that lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Pass complete here to Sanders. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Hey, box truck, box truck.
Hey, let's get there. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Let's go. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55.
Now Hill looking to throw on first. Forced out to his left. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. That had disaster written all over it. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Right there, 56.
2 points down, he's coming. 36.
Watson on first down. And that's complete to Cooks. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. He's letting it fly for Cooks. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns as his guys are back within a single score. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Oh, wide open, complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And not a very good return at all, as he won't even get this back to the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know. Defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Oh, he'll try and throw it deep to the other side of the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Kenny Stills, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
On third down, it's Grant, and he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the first down at around the 22. He'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the fourth down conversion. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. In 2018, Deshaun Watson had 5 fourth-quarter comebacks. Only Drew Brees of the Saints had more with 6. Here's Watson. That's complete to his running back, Grant. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check 41.
Ready?
Back to throw. Hill. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The Saints 1st down there on a gain of 11.
And the Saints
What may seem a little unorthodox to some people, got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
To throw is Hill. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
24. Hey, we got to snap it. We got to snap it. Let's go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Steps away to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc. With a sack.
Cameron Jordan. A loss of 6 yards on the sack. It's 2nd down.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Back to throw, Watson. He's got Fuller. Finding room at the 30. And he's all the way up to the 39-yard line that time. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind, with him running the team, that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Watson now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. Here's Grant. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Check, 47.
Give me 9.
Jim.
25.
Hey, switch gears.
Watson off play action, sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let it go deep. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Dancing to his left. He can run for, and I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Able to pick up a dozen yards, but they needed more. 4th down.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Bill O'Brien rolls the dice, but to no avail. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape.
Let's go. 18 Gators. You're out. Check.
On 1st down, Hill being chased out left. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Mike 55. Let's go, D. Let's go. Mike,
hurry.
Mike 5.
Let's go.
To throw again. Hill. And this is Cook with a grab. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 3rd and 2, Hill. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you could put yourself in jeopardy.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
6'6", pull it high.
In the middle, 55.
Hey, watch the slant.
Big grip.
To the air again. Hill. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Now this throw caught left side and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, here's Watson. Flush to his right. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
Set. 19. Nice 31. Go. Check.
On 1st and 10, Watson going to throw deep for the end zone. And that's going to be intercepted. Malcolm Jenkins, the Pro Bowler. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. Here's Hill now after the interception. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Whitney Merciless, showing no mercy, flies in for the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Let's go, defense. Let's get off the field, defense.
Check the backer, check the backer.
Quick the edge. Come.
Under that.
3rd and long. It's Hill. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. He was trying to hit Thomas that time.
Let's go.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
He's going to let it fly. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put something.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
You better be afraid of me.
Watch twins. Watch twins.
Check safety, check safety. Hatchet. Slam.
Hey, Alpha. Ready.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Buying time to his left. He'll run it. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 30. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for New Orleans, it's a great win here on a Monday night as they'll start the new campaign 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for Houston, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Go.
S-T-R-O. Yeah. How many of y'all came to win? Oh, they asking my name, huh? You ready? S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you. Yeah. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. Yeah. I just spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I been on my everybody drop when I drop. Yeah. It's shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field. Hey, yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job.